Hello everybody and welcome to the fantastic Boardwalk Papers playing cards from the Blue Crown and the Expert Playing Card Company. These are brand new, they just came out last week. I got my hands on them immediately because I saw the specs for them and they looked fantastic, and they did not disappoint whatsoever. This deck is amazing. So let's get into it already. It's a really nice artistic box. I'm just going to bring it in slow. You can see it's got metallic embossing on there, which is really cool, and you got the metallic foil look to it, but it's all raised, embossed on the outside. You can see the gold. It brings you back a little bit to early Atlantic City and the casinos. It's kind of the feel they were going for here. And a little bit of the kind of the carnival aspect as well, of the Atlantic City vibe back in the olden days. So I'm just going to move that a little bit. So this is the box, and in the color it's like a deep burnt kind of brownish red, with the gold on top and the white, with the absolute really cool font on the box. And you can see it says the fantastic Boardwalk Papers, and it is fantastic. Let's get into the box here. You can see on the side you've got playing cards, the Blue Crown, which is the company that produced the deck, and on the bottom you got legalese there printed in Taiwan, exclusively for the Blue Crown and the Expert Playing Card Company. Sorry, it's a little faded there. Hard to see with the metallic writing on there, and you see admit 1 and premium finish, and it does have a premium finish, which we'll get into in just a minute when we open the cards up and take a look at them. But admit 1 is a theme throughout the deck, again going back to the kind of the carnival aspect, to the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and the kind of the sideshows and whatnot. But again, it's going kind of back to that olden time, and you can see the back design on the box again. This metallic embossed foil kind of look to it. It's really cool. You can see there again the admit 1, and it's got it looks a little bit like a bicycle back, not really, but it's got the circle, which kind of goes back to that kind of that standard bicycle look. But again, really cool box. You can see the seal is this red and kind of tan look, which would look like kind of like a carnival tent type top. And if you open the box, the flap is plain, but the box is that same color scheme. And again, the whole box is in that kind of thing. So if you look, I don't know if I can get it angled right there, but all the way inside the box is that same type look. So really cool box. I really like it. It's one of my favorite boxes. The cards are even better, so let's take a look at those. You can see a little bit more detail here on the back design, without all the foil metallic look to it. So if you hold it next to a bicycle, it's a little similar, just by eyeballing it from afar. Obviously the color not included, but there's just for a point of reference there if you can kind of walk around it. Again, just like on the box, you've got Boardwalk there, and admit 1 there, and Boardwalk on the bottom. A nice white border, a really nice color scheme. I like it a lot. It's all hand-done artwork. The artists for this deck are Drew Melton and Randy Butterfield. Again, all hand-drawn art on these cards, which is really amazing. But let's talk a little bit before we look at the cards, and just talk about the handling for a minute, because it's one of the smoothest, silkiest finished cards I've ever handled. They're so smooth, and they just glide like no other. And I was messing around with it earlier, and they slide without even you really touching them. Like if you just move them along a little bit, they start moving on their own. And that's not even with me doing anything. That's how smooth these cards are. both front and back. There's such a difference if you hold up a bicycle card and then hold up this card, how smooth the finish is. You know, so it's a thicker stock. They're definitely not as flexible, which are going to hold up really well. But again, just like the owl eyes we talked about, you know, last time from the Expert playing card company, they're cut and made in Taiwan. The edges are so smooth. These are some of the smoothest cards on both decks. They're just really, really amazing to handle. So again, just for the handling alone, it's one of the best decks of the year already. Again, I keep saying that, but every time I open a new box, the decks get even better and better. So let's talk about the cards. You don't get any bonus cards, which is cool. I mean, you don't get you know, the double backer or the you know, the ad cards or anything like that. But here are the two jokers, which are identical. They're in this black outline with the gray, and it you know, it looks something like a marquee sign that would have outside a casino. You know, a really old-fashioned type feel to it, which is really cool. They're really nice jokers. There are your Boardwalk paper jokers right there. Ace of Spades is in the same similar motif. Here it is right here. Again, you got your admit one, your gray with the black border, and on the bottom it just says Boardwalk on there. Your standard, all your pips and indices are standard, except for the color schemes, which is different, which is a really, really nice color scheme. It's the same kind of burnt brownish, reddish color, and the red's a little darker. Let's get into that a little bit, just so we can see kind of a point of comparison in the color. I got a bicycle card here. I'm just going to show you the difference in the color, so you can definitely see the difference. This red's more of that deep kind of blood red, which we saw in the Venom decks that we looked at a while ago. So that's kind of a point of comparison for the color in the red. The other thing, this deck isn't set up in new deck order as most decks are. It's actually goes blacks and reds. So you've got, I'll tighten that up a little bit. You've got the ace through king of spades, you got the ace through king of clubs, ace through king of hearts, and ace through king of diamonds. So it's not in your standard setup where it goes ace to king, ace to king, king to ace, king to ace. So another subtlety in the deck setup right out of the box. Let's look at the court cards, which are really sharp. Here are your spade courts. Again, standard faces, but the colors are definitely different. They're again that dark brownish red with the gold, which really looks sharp. There's your jack and your queen and your king. So really, really nice there. We'll show you the red ones here, because again, similar color in the spades, just as a point of reference for the red colored cards. So here's your hearts. Again, really, really sharp colors. I really like the color scheme they used in this, and again, it's custom enough to make it custom, and it's standard enough to, you know, easily to perform with without people thinking you're using some kind of funky deck, which, you know, I like a lot. So again, I really, really like this color scheme. They did a fantastic job, and again, just all in general, this deck is really, really amazing. I was really surprised when I opened it, how nice it felt. The quality is just amazing. I thought the Owl Eyes were, you know, the best quality deck that I've had come out this year, but I think this one might be even better, just because it's so smooth. They're so easy to handle, but they're not so bad that they're hard to handle. I mean, it's definitely going to take some getting used to because they are so slippery, but just as soon as you feel them right out of the box, it's an amazing feeling to handle this deck. So that everyone involved did such a great job. You know, again, in the running for, it's got a lot of good qualities to it for the deck of the year, which we'll reveal at the end of the year, you know, and compile all the new decks that come out. So This is definitely a must. I was really excited when I saw the specs for this deck, and you know, when you have expectations and the deck delivers the way this one did, it's really exciting, and I'm really glad I added it to the collection. And you guys absolutely need to go out and get this deck right now. I've seen it at, or where I got mine from is Art of Play. The Art of Play website has them right now. I think they're $10, which is, again, it's pretty pricey for a deck of cards, but I mean, with all you get with it, the box, the cards, the feel, I mean, it's definitely worth it. See, they've got them available right now, and again, just to kind of go over some of the fine points here. The deck's from Blue Crown. It was manufactured by the Expert Playing Card Company, which is really stepping up in their quality. So they've got some of the nicest decks that have come out this year so far, so kudos to them. And again, all the hand-drawn art was done by Drew Melton and Randy Butterfield. And again, guys, this is the fantastic Boardwalk Papers, and it is absolutely fantastic. Go out and get this deck right now. Thanks, guys. We'll see you out there.